A stranger showed me a photo of our wedding from 2019. I was in a coma that entire year. She grabbed my arm at the coffee shop like she knew me. Her fingers dug into my sleeve so hard it hurt. I turned around and saw tears streaming down her face instantly. "I can't believe you're alive," she whispered at me. "I've never seen this woman before in my entire life." I tried to pull my arm back, but she held on tight. Her eyes searched my face like she was memorizing every single detail. "Where have you been for 4 years?" "I don't know her. I don't recognize her voice or her face." I finally yanked my arm free from her grip. My coffee spilled across the counter in a brown wave. The barista looked up with wide eyes at the commotion. "Ma'am, I think you have the wrong person here." She shook her head hard. Tears kept falling down her cheeks silently. She pulled out her phone with shaking hands. She scrolled through her photos so fast I barely saw them. Then she stopped on one and turned the screen toward me. My heart stopped beating in my chest completely. It was a wedding photo. I was in a black tuxedo standing at an altar. She was next to me in a white dress smiling. We were holding hands and looking at each other lovingly. The date stamp said June 15th, 2019. I grabbed the phone from her hand without asking permission. I zoomed in on the groom's face until it filled the screen. That's my face. My exact face. Same scar on my chin from childhood. Same crooked eyebrow that never grew back right. "That's not possible," I said out loud. I was in a coma for all of 2019. A car accident on New Year's Eve 2018 put me there. I didn't wake up until January 3rd, 2020. I have hospital records. I have brain scans. I have 14 months of medical documentation proving I was unconscious. I shoved the phone back at her hard. "I don't know who that is, but it's not me." She grabbed my wrist again immediately. "Your name is Daniel Wright. You were born October 12th, 1990. My name is Daniel Wright. I was born October 12th, 1990. My legs went weak beneath me. I grabbed the counter to keep from falling over. The barista asked if I needed to sit down somewhere. I couldn't answer her. I couldn't form words in my mouth anymore. The woman pulled up more photos on her phone rapidly. Us at Christmas. Us at a beach. Us holding a puppy together. Photos from 2019, the year I was unconscious in a hospital bed. "We got married in June," she said quietly. "You disappeared in September without any warning at all. Police said you just vanished one day." I stumbled backward into a table behind me. Cups rattled and someone cursed at me. I didn't care. I pulled out my own phone with numb fingers. I scrolled to my medical records app quickly. I opened my hospital stay documentation from 2019. I showed her the screen with admission and discharge dates. I was in a coma. I was in Mercy General Hospital. I wasn't married to anyone. She looked at the screen. Then she looked at my face. Then back at the screen again. Her mouth opened but no sound came out. She grabbed my phone and compared dates frantically. Her hands were shaking worse than mine now. "This says you were admitted December 31st, 2018. "Yes, New Year's Eve." "I met you in February 2019. We dated for 4 months. "That's impossible." "I was unconscious in February. We got married in June. You vanished in September." "I was unconscious in June. I was unconscious in September. I didn't wake up until January 2020. She zoomed in on the wedding photo again. Then she pulled up my hospital photo from my records. The groom had a mole on his left cheek. I touched my face instinctively. "I don't have a mole there. I've never had a mole there." She noticed the same thing at the same moment. "You don't have the mole," she said slowly. "He had a mole right here." She touched her own cheek. We stared at each other across the coffee shop counter. Someone was living my life while I was in a coma. Someone who looked exactly like me. Someone who knew my name and birthday and everything else. Someone who married this woman and then disappeared completely. "Do you have a twin?" she asked me desperately. "I don't have a twin. I'm an only child. My parents never mentioned any siblings." She scrolled through her phone again with frantic movements. She found a photo of the groom's driver's license. Daniel Wright, October 12th, 1990. My address. My social security number visible in the corner. Someone stole my entire identity while I was unconscious. Someone lived as me for 9 months. Someone got married using my name. I called my mother right there in the coffee shop. She answered on the second ring like always. "Mom, did I have a twin brother?" The line went silent for 10 full seconds. I could hear her breathing change on the other end. "Who told you about David?" she finally whispered. The woman across from me dropped her phone on the floor.